Okay, so I'm here to tell you about an amazing French book that your students probably, let's face it, if you're a French teacher, already have. But just in case you don't, this is amazing by Cécile Lainé. And I have a very minimal amount of French. I took a semester of French about 30 years ago, and but I am a Spanish teacher, so that obviously gives me a little bit of a leg up on understanding French. But this book is so engaging. The storyline has so many relatable topics that your students will identify with. Young, maybe not love, but just like a little crush. How you balance your friends versus your new love interest, and she appears to have made the wrong choice, and it kind of messes things up. Parents who are divorced, one of them's moving, and now you have to go and deal with and adapt to a brand new life, and how are you going to handle that. And so just a lot of really interesting topics that you are, as the reader, you see yourself in the protagonist having to manage those things. So she makes a list and of things that she wants to do, and I won't ruin it and tell you what they are, but it's pretty cool. Another thing that I really love about what Cécile does is she really finds just kind of a seamless way, honestly, to include a lot of things that we really want our students to value that maybe they don't on their own, or maybe they do. Multiculturalism and like looking for, elevating the marginalized and helping us see people as people. We see some elements of racism and xenophobia just handled in a really just real way. It doesn't feel like posed. It doesn't. It just is. I love how it shows the person who's experienced the racism as being kind of a leader and how to respond to it. So just very empowering. And also we see the protagonist kind of falling a little bit for somebody who's from another religion and from another culture and another race. And so it just really helps us just easily lean into that and not, see it as like otherness, and just a really beautiful way that Cécile handles it. She also has something about clothing that is made by oh gosh, I'm not remember the words for it, but basically just not like mass produced by corporations, and supporting that type of business. So that's definitely another really beautiful thing. And then finally, I just want to mention that she has some cultural notes in addition to what was naturally woven into the story in the back, which I loved, because there have been a couple of other books that I had read in Italian that while they worked in the culture, it was kind of interesting, but I found myself like skipping over that because it like interrupted the story. And with Cécile, her cultural notes are really blended into the story and made to be part of it, so I didn't feel like annoyed by it. And also, if I wanted to know more about those places, I could go to the back of the book because it wasn't like interrupting by putting like little boxes and things like that. But let's face it, we would probably skip over anyway if we were just reading it for fun and not like having a teacher that was like making us read them. So it's just really a masterfully written book. It's very comprehensible and easy to understand. I can say that because my French is not great. And it is also, as a teacher, I'm seeing just the beautiful lessons that come out of this book and all the ways that my students will relate to it. So you should really check it out.